Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana. President Uhuru Kenyatta earlier today made some remarks at Nyayo Stadium during the state funeral of Kibaki. So in this video, I want us to have a look at those remarks, for they are going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. If you want to know the true measure of a man, watch what he does with power, how he handles his opponents, how he treats his wife and family, and what he does with his financial influence. Uhuru Kenyatta, President Kenya. That's the president earlier today. And from those remarks, it's almost clear and certain the president was attacking his deputy, William Samoei Ruto. So in this video, I want us to dig deep to see the truth behind those remarks by President Uhuru Kenyatta. In case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya. Yes, from those remarks by the president, I've picked three critical issues that are going to help us in building our analysis and discussion right now. Uhuru says that if you want to know the true measure of a man, then give that man power and then look at what he does with the power, how he handles his opponents, and what he does with his financial influence. Those are the three critical issues that are going to help us in building our analysis and discussion. And it's almost clear and certain that Uhuru Kenyatta was targeting his deputy, William Ruto. So I want us to dwell on William Ruto, how he has handled power, how he has treated his opponents, and how he has used his financial muscles for the time he has been having that power. Yes. William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta first came to power in 2013. In 2013, they were acting more or less as co-presidents. William Ruto had the privilege of nominating about half of the cabinet. But what we saw, he only nominated people from his Kalenjin community. That is a fact, and that is not debatable. And for the time William Ruto has been in power, his tenure has been dogged with allegations of corruptions, Aror and Kimwarer dams, the laptop scandals, the Langata primary school land, this one of Western. Yes. So those are the scandals that have dogged William Ruto for the almost 10 years he has been in power. And in 2018, there was a research done, and Kenyans were asked a very simple question. Who do you think is the most corrupt Kenyan alive? Kenyans ran to William Ruto as the most corrupt Kenyan alive. And that's also something in the public domain. He was followed closely by Anne Waiguru. That's how William Ruto has handled power. For the 10 years, he has been having that power. Yes. And if we go to the second issue, how a man handles his opponents, it's almost very clear and certain that William Ruto has treated his opponents with iron fist. I remember in their first term, before the handshake between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga. In fact, Uhuru himself actually leaked to the whole nation that William Ruto wanted them not to have a handshake with Raila Amolo Odinga. Uhuru Kenyatta actually told Kenyans that William Ruto was telling him that he had all the instruments of power. So there was no need of him actually talking or having a handshake with Raila Amolo Odinga. So William Ruto believed that if you have power, then you should not engage your opponents. You should use that power to silence your opponents. And it's very unfortunate that at that time, the nation was divided into two. There was almost half of the nation that felt their victory was robbed. And then there was this another half who felt that they had the government. Yes. So William Ruto at that time was of an opinion that President Uhuru Kenyatta ought to have used force to silence his opponents. Uhuru Kenyatta chose to engage his opponents through dialogue. And that's how this thing of a handshake actually was birthed. So William Ruto believes that if you have power, you should use that power mercilessly to silence your opponents. And I still remember some times back in 2013, when the relationship between the president and William Ruto was also cordial. William Ruto was actually chiding his opponents, the likes of Kalonzo Musyoka. As they were demonstrating, William Ruto was going to their stronghold to chide them. And I still remember some remarks by William Ruto that the last time I saw Kalonzo Musyoka, alikuwa amekaa kwa lami. He was chiding his opponents. And William Ruto, if you look at him, when he was still in good terms with the president, he was also very bossy and also very arrogant. I still remember an instance where William Ruto went to Trans Nzoia County, Caleb Amis's constituency in Saboti. And at that time, William Ruto, it's believed, he was actually luring members of parliament across the political divide to be accompanying him in his political tours across the country. So he was using these members of parliament to actually sing his praises and to attack his opponents. And Caleb Amisi at that time was not actually buying to the idea of following William Ruto. So William Ruto went to his constituency in Saboti and told him in broad daylight that if you cannot follow or support me, then forget about developments. So William Ruto painted a picture that if at all he can get that power, then if you don't sing or praise him, then most definitely he can even cut government funding to your area. He only gives you development as long as you support him politically. So that again exposed William Ruto as a leader. If he has power, then he will most definitely zone the nation, or rather zone the country. Areas supporting him most definitely will be getting developments. Areas not supporting William Ruto most definitely will not be getting developments. And also during the Uda nominations that just concluded some few days ago, we remember the case of Alfred Keter, Nandi Hills Member of Parliament. Alfred Keter is a non-William Ruto critic. I don't know whether to call it a critic or what, but he's known to be a William Ruto critic. He has been speaking out his mind. So it seems to appear that William Ruto had some grudges with Alfred Keter. So upon Alfred Keter winning Uda nominations, actually William Ruto denied Alfred Keter that Uda nominations. Sorry. Despite the fact that Alfred Keter was the most popular candidate who won that ticket, William Ruto went ahead and denied Alfred Keter Uda party ticket. That also shows clearly that William Ruto is a very vengeful master. He is a leader. If you disagrees with him politically, he'll use all means possible, be it political or other means, to make sure he fixes you, or rather to destroy you politically or through whichever means. So that also exposes William Ruto as a very vengeful leader. And then on the aspect of financial influence, we know for a fact, ladies and gentlemen, that William Ruto has been going around the country distributing some handouts, both to the poor Kenyans and in some churches. And those handouts, ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me that they have largely destroyed our churches. The perception Kenyans have of our church leaders and our churches are very, very different from those years back before William Ruto started giving those church leaders those handouts. In those previous years, church leaders were seen to be pro-people. They were defending the right of a common man. But upon William Ruto introducing these tokens to our churches, the church has been reduced into a political arena where you can just buy a church minister, then you use the pulpit to actually attack your opponents. After which the church minister who has been bribed will also now just come up and actually confirm or approve of what the person who has bribed him or her is actually saying. So William Ruto has used his money, or rather his economic influence, to destroy the church, to destroy our youth. The youth of today, or rather youth in Kenya today, I just fail to understand how a youth can actually be pressing a wheelbarrow. Yes, a wheelbarrow. Somebody giving you a wheelbarrow, in my considered opinion, and I'm not taking sides here, that is somebody condemning you to hard labor for the rest of your life. But our youth, or other youth in Kenya, seems to be celebrating that. So William Ruto has also used his economic influence to hoodwink and brainwash the poor Kenyans, or rather the poor youth. So in one way or the other, if you look at those three critical issues, then William Ruto has used them very badly to actually dismantle and to destroy the Kenyanness of a person. He has used his influence to actually destroy a Kenyan. That's what I can actually say. I don't have a better word maybe to describe that. But for the time William Ruto has been in government, I don't have any better word to describe William Ruto. William Ruto is a typical example of a person who is not even fit to hold any public office, if at all those things I'm actually talking about are anything to go by. William Ruto fails leadership and integrity test. He is not a person fit to hold the highest office in the land, the office of the presidency. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did state when we were starting, in case you've bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.